Good morning, good people. Today is Monday, October 21st, 2024. It's already the third week. We just finished the third week of the month. I'll tell you, these times, they is a flying. Okay, well, here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple: to help you on your journey through this life. And when I say you, I mean our students and other interested people. So this is the first day of the year where it is cool enough for me to wear this, to put this on. I should do that, make it look a little bit better. Good morning, Diana. How are things in Fort Portland? I think we can start moving towards what we're doing in Fort Jax and in Fort Prescott, which is to find a way to start Love Thy Neighbor in that market. So where are the food banks? You know, if we are going to get together a bunch of volunteers to help the churches, help homelessness, what are the resources? What are the resources that are out there? Let's start coming up with the food banks, the clothing closets, the shelters, the churches that we could work with. Those are all the important things to do. Anyway, good to see you here. Glad that you're here. Thank you for the email yesterday, which I saw today. Really good. Going to do laundry. Okay, good. Okay, that would be another thing. Where do people shower and get their clothes cleaned? All righty then. All righty. So here we are, another week. This is week 3 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success, which is one of the 4 areas that we focus on. So how do we help people on their journey through life? Well, we help in about 3 ways. Number 1 is the worksheet down below. The worksheet down below breaks it up into 4 areas: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The spiritual we call G School, and we do that on Saturday and Sunday. The physical is fitness and health. We have videos in the worksheet, information worksheet, in the section of physical and health, how to be physically fit and healthy, because you can't really make it through if you're not physically and mentally fit. Good morning, Maticus Von Eticus. So when are you coming out? Today? Next weekend? When are you coming out for a little visit? Okay, physical, mental is learning, always be learning. That is our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. That is day 1 of week 3, which we'll talk about in a second. Next is emotional. If you can't, okay, you're going to unit 1415, Matt, 1415. I'll make sure to send you the code. Anyway, good, okay. Emotional. If you can't control your emotions, don't worry, somebody else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. That's what we're having at Pratt right now. 2 women that just can't let it go. They just have to continuously be attacking each other. I mean, like 50 text messages that nobody was reading. Your emotions. Control your emotions. Next, spiritual, which we already talked about. So that's how we do it, 4 minutes and 10 seconds in. The theme of today is control group. No, focus group. Focus group. Get my bonk. Doing this sort of in the dark. Just put that right here. That should be good enough. A little sip. Not too shabby. Okay, focus groups. Okay, but before we do that, let's look at some other things. Advice from an 80-year-old. Don't allow the phone to interrupt important moments. It's there for our convenience, not the caller's. That is true, but that, when the 80-year-old said it, could have been 10 years ago. Who knows how old? You probably have to go and check to see when were these, when was this advice from an 80-year-old created? The person was 80, but when was it? I don't actually agree with this one. I say allow the phone to interrupt. Well, see, nowadays with your phone, bonk, anybody that has a halfway decent phone, when a call comes in, you can, oh, it's so-and-so, and you can select a message to send them, a text message. That's a big part of the step. I got it off my chest. I got rid of the hot potato. Now you have it. Now you got to call me back. I understand you're busy, but you acknowledged me. Versus people who don't answer and their mailbox is full. So now I'm still holding the hot potato. I got to remember to call back later, or now I got to send a text, and not good. I'm just going to look for somebody easier to work with. All right, so that's advice from an 80-year-old. TED Talk, David Logan. This was TEDx #1, is my recollection, my understanding. Tribes. We've had email exchanges with David Logan going back many, many, many years. Many years. Maybe I'll send him one today. And he's responded to me. That we're all part of tribes. We're all part of tribes. And the idea is to move your tribe, to nudge it to the next level. So the takeaway from today is join a tribe, nudge it forward. Join a tribe, nudge it forward. So the tribes are life sucks. Next tribe is my life sucks. Third level tribe is I'm great and you're not. Key part being and you're not. So I'm good, but you're not good. The next tribe is we're great, and then life is great. Forget about the life is great. Forget about the life sucks. That's for people who drop out. It's for mass murderers and people like that. People that want to basically say life sucks, so I can do whatever I want to do to other people because life sucks. Life sucks. When I get to the next level, my life sucks. I see that it's not life that sucks. It's my life that sucks. So now I have hope. I can see there's a path forward. Maybe I can't get the path, but there's a path forward. It's not that life sucks. It's my life sucks. And I think, Diana, you are a good example of continuing to work through that. When you say life sucks, you've kind of given up. Life sucks. What's the point? My life sucks is the point is I can improve it. I can't. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to be like Abraham Lincoln. I refuse to have my life have no meaning. I'm not going to give in to what people say about me, etc. I'm great, you're not. That's what all TV advertising is. Those people who have money, who are subject to putting the cheese out, and they're going to go after it. This morning in my studies, I was listening to the Beatitudes, and Jesus was really talking to the stage 2 people and the stage 3 people. People at stage 3 who think they've got it figured out. He's saying, no, you don't. And he's trying to nudge people to stage 4, where we're great. The kingdom of heaven, it's here. It's in your midst. You need to go from my life sucks, I'm great, you're not, to we're great. Kingdom of heaven. Okay. And then life is great is something that we don't have time to talk about, not really attainable. Some of the rules are you can only, people, whatever stage you're at, you can only hear one level above or one level below. So if I'm living at the we're great stage, I can't hear people. I can't hear people say my life sucks. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't, so anyway, enough time spent on that. This is day one of week 3 of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. And this week it's about, I got to get other people to help me. If I'm using the metaphor of the boat, I can't get to the destination on my own. My boat is too big for me to handle myself. I need a crew of people who are going to help on this journey. So it's how to pick the right crew. Well, number one, I need a crew. Understanding I need a crew. What do I need a crew for? And then selecting the crew. That's this week. Boom, outside my skull-sized kingdom. So inside my skull-sized kingdom, the world revolves around me and what I want. When I decide to look outside my skull-sized kingdom, I see, wait a second, there's a whole bunch of people out there who think the world revolves around them. What kind of morons are these? It revolves around me. But what I got to do is I got to get those people to help me on my journey. And here's how I do it. First part, join a tribe, nudge it forward. So this isn't about manipulation. There's a spectrum. It's not about manipulation. This is the negative. This is the positive. Coercion, intimidation. These are all forms of negative ways of getting people to you want. The positive ways are encouragement, motivation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. At the end would be self-motivation. Because if I have to motivate you, I'm winding you up and then you're going to go. But you're going to wind down. So I got to constantly wind you up. The best approach is is to get you to wind yourself up. Self-motivation. Right. I might give you this book that says, here's the secrets to life. Here's the secret. All you have to do is do this. And it's well written, and it's tantalizing, and it's complex, and it's hard to figure out, but other people are doing it. So my tribe is people who want to do that. So I self-motivate. I wind myself up. And that's religion. It's about motivation and self-motivation. Bad is manipulation. If you don't do this, you're going to go to hell. Or if you don't go, I'm not going to give you this. Okay, so anyway, that's where we are. Week 3, day 1. Tomorrow is Seth Godin talking about the 4 steps that you need to get people to be able to nudge them forward. So today's thing is you want to get people to help you, join a tribe, nudge them forward. And we're all parts of many, many tribes. And I'm a big proponent of church tribes because they're a big proponent of helping people. That's kind of the mandate, right? It's kind of the mandate. So join tribe, nudge it forward. In other words, make it better. Don't be a energy vampire. Don't suck the energy out of other people. Don't flatten their tires, pump up the tires on their journey. Boom, 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 to find a church. Good. All right. Well, we can help you with that. Matt has been advised to go to Assemblies of God Church. And we really appreciate Tony Manuel and his church. I feel very, very good. Now the churches I go to, I measure against that church. And the Lutheran Church, and Pastor Andy, good guy. But they're different levels. Tony is on the way up, building. Andy is at the seasoned age, the seasoned stage. His flock is a different flock. Anyway, Assembly of God. And Matt, if Matt is still there, what would Matticus von Atticus say about the more moons as opposed to the less moons? Very helpful, I think, as a booster rocket. I am pro LDS when it comes to family values. I'm not pro LDS when it comes to the doctrine. Matticus von Atticus, would you recommend that Diana reach out to the Mormoons, which you might have done in the past? I don't. Anyway, moving right along, because we're 16 minutes in, we haven't even gotten to Seth Godin. This is going to be quick. The challenge of focus groups for bold ideas. We're thinking of having a holiday every year where kids of all ages go door to door, unescorted, and beg for candy, and adults dress up in expensive, and revealing costumes and get drunk. Would you like to participate? It's not really a helpful question. Yes, Halloween is mostly dumb, but it's clearly popular. Instead of focus groups, creators make assertions. They look for how the people they hope to engage with and serve have previously scratched whatever itch they hope to scratch. They look for emotions expressed and needs met instead of tactics or preference. The cultural challenge is incremental, but it begins with a leap, not a focus group. P.S. Tomorrow is the Worldwide Strategy Meetup. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay, famous focus groups that failed. Starbucks. Hey, everybody, we're thinking about creating this very expensive coffee house, and where it's basically coffee and light food to eat along with the coffee. What do you think? And they're all going to be the same. What do you think? Why would we go to Starbucks instead of Denny's, man? There's already Denny's. They're open 24 hours. I can get a whole menu of food, and the price is less. That doesn't even make sense, man. Kinko's. Hey, we're thinking about creating a place that's open 24 hours where you can get copies made. What? That's really dumb. You're not going to get enough people to do copies. Hey, we're thinking about spending $135. Well, today it'd be, say, $450 to acquire each client. And each client is going to spend $450 a year, and our profit margin is 40%. What? You're going to go broke. That's Amazon. FedEx. We're going to have these planes deliver packages overnight. Absolutely, positively, overnight. What? Yeah. In the movie Jobs with Ashton Kutcher, there's a part where Steve Jobs is trying to convince Wozniak that the personal computer is a great idea. And Wozniak can't see the future. And Jobs says something like, how are people going to know unless you show it to them first? Right? You can't imagine Starbucks. Well, you can imagine it, but not in a positive way. You can't imagine what it becomes. Google, search engine, probably the same type of thing. Well, it could be like, yeah, I would like a place to do search that's better than Yahoo. But so the challenge of focus groups for bold ideas. Bold ideas, if the idea is, I'm going to use my standard deviation thing, one standard deviation higher than what people imagine. So here's my frame of reference. If it's outside of my frame of reference by too far, people can't imagine it, which gets to be like Clarke's first law, right? Any sufficiently advanced technology will seem as like magic, something like that. So if the idea is too bold, the focus group can't see it. All right. Well, we're 20 minutes. Goodbye, people. Bonk.